Hi, third graders. Today's government lesson is going to focus on our state versus our local government and how they're the same and different. So, you'll remember earlier this week we talked about the six purposes of government or the reasons why we need government. And some of those reasons are to keep people safe, to make and enforce laws, to solve problems, and even to provide services. Now, there are three different types of government. We have our one national government, that's the United States government. And they solve problems that would affect our entire country, such as COVID 19. Then we have 50 state governments. The one that we're going to focus on is obviously Michigan because that's where we live. And finally, there are many, many local governments. And remember, that is our community. And the community that we live in is Dearborn. So, looking at our local government, again, this is our city of Dearborn government. There are different laws that cities can make. And so over here, I have a list of some different laws about pets from different cities. And what you'll notice is that each of these laws is different. If you want to pause the video right now so you can read through those, please do so and just press play when you're ready to hear the rest of what I have to say. So each of these laws says that they can or cannot have certain animals in their city. This is a decision of each city. And so what Dearborn says for pets might not be the same as what Holland, Michigan says. That's because this law, the idea of pets, is up to each individual city. So it's a local government decision. A state government is the bigger government because it's all of the state of Michigan. They focus on things like the speed limit for how fast you can travel on a road, where you can go hunting or fishing. They give us police officers, parks, and they repair the state roads. Now, we talked about one of the purposes of government being to provide a service. So, both the local and state governments give us police officers, parks, and repair roads. But they do some things that are different too. For example, in Dearborn, we have firefighters and fire stations that are specifically only for Dearborn. No other city uses our fire stations and firefighters. Each city has their own. We also have garbage pickup. So when you take your garbage out on garbage day, that's something that we have thanks to our local government, the city of Dearborn. Not every city is the same way. As far as state government goes for providing a service, they would do services that pertain more to the whole state, such as testing the water at beaches to make sure they're safe for you to swim in, or putting out forest fires. Remember, we said that the Upper Peninsula is full of forests. Finally, another purpose that we talked about was that the government needs to be there to help solve problems. So, an example of the local government solving a problem would be something that only has to do with the city, such as if someone drew on our slide at school, that would be considered vandalism at a park, and so they would have to go through the local government in order to try to solve that problem. The state government wants to focus on something that is more for the whole state. And so one thing that's going on right now is that zebra mussels are coming over. They're stuck on ships that come through into the Great Lakes, and then they are releasing into the Great Lakes, and they are an invasive species, meaning that they are actually hurting our other wildlife that is already living naturally in our Great Lakes.